The Blade Dancer subclass within the Dancer modded class is a really awesome sort of like melee focused but still charisma spellcaster. We're going to go over it. It allows you to buff yourself in so many different ways. So of course we start with the Dancer mod. This will give you Rhythmic Rally. Inspire your allies through dance to give them an extra action this turn, which is massive at level 1. And Harmonious Hustle, a +2 bonus to initiative, also huge at level 1. This leads us into our spells, and for this we are going to take Melodic Mend. Inspire your allies through dance and help up downed characters or remove burning, ensnared, entangled, and web prone and sleeping as a bonus action. And we're going to take Guidance as well for the 1d4 bonus to ability checks. For ability points, we're going to have 8 Strength, 16 Dexterity for our weapon attacks, 14 Constitution, 10 Intelligence, 10 Wisdom, 16 Charisma as this is our spellcasting modifier. Proficiencies, take whatever fits your roleplay. Dancer level 2 brings more spells. So for this, we are going to take Healing Word, so we have some healing capability. And we're going to take Colour Spray, so we can potentially blind creatures. Dancer level 3 brings our specialization and Instinctual Improv. Your reflexes are effective as any armor. While not wearing armor, you add your Charisma modifier to your armor class, a huge boost to your AC. We get 2 more spells, so we are going to take Fairy Fire, because I love Fairy Fire, and we'll pair this with Cure Wounds. And then we get to pick our subclass. So for this, we are starting with the Blade Dancer. I will be doing build guides for all 3. But the Blade Dancers transform their weapons into instruments of death through dance-like movements and support their allies they've sworn to protect from the front lines. Now from here, we get to pick a cantrip. So we get Booming Blade, we can take Bolt Struck Blade, or we can take Burning Blade. So obviously Burning Blade will set your target on fire every turn, Bolt Struck will deal lightning damage, but we're going with Booming Blade because I love this ability. Dancer level 4 brings our first feat. Before that though, we gain a dance, and each dance adds new things. So for example, Cha-Cha will give you movement speed is doubled. We have Salsa, if we press the right button, +3 to armor class. Vogue, an additional action on this turn, and this is the one we're starting with. Break, a +3 bonus to damage and attack rolls. Mosh, this will cast Mosh Pit at a target moving into melee range. Samba grants you an additional bonus action on this turn. And then finally there is Hula, and this will heal you 8 hit points each turn we have the condition. So as I said, we are starting with Vogue to gain an extra action. And then for an ability improvement, we are going to take the ability improvement up to Dex 18. Dancer level 5 brings a new spell and passive. So for a spell here, we are going to take Vicious Mockery. And then for a passive, we have 3 other options. We have Reverberating, which when we deal damage with a melee attack, we inflict 2 stacks of Reverberation, and this is what we're going with. We have Surging Sonata, so whenever we deal lightning damage with a melee attack, whenever we deal damage with a melee attack, we give 2 stacks of lightning charges to ourselves. Or Flaring Fantasia, when we deal weapon damage with a melee attack, we give ourselves 2 turns of heat. I think personally, the reverberation on the target is the most helpful. Dancer level 6 gives free flow, so moving won't provoke opportunity attacks, which is a huge ability. Dancer level 7 brings more spells, and we get to pick another dance here, and for this one I would personally take, as I press the wrong button once again, Salsa for the +3 bonus to armor class when we use this. Dancer level 8 brings a second feat. We also gain spells here. So there's Thunderous Tempo. We can charge forward, dealing 2 to 16 thunder damage and dazing any enemies we hit. There's Lightning, which will charge forward, shocking foes and dealing 2 to 16 lightning damage. And then Fiery Falsetto, charge forward, dealing fire damage and setting your target on fire. And this is what we were going with. And then for ability improvement, you probably guessed it, but we are bumping our dexterity up to 20. Dancer level 9 brings Serene Stretch. So we can take an action to recover 1 dance step and some health, and dance step is what you use to do the abilities we've been picking up as we go through this build guide. Dancer level 10 brings a new spell and a new dance, and for this one we are going to take, once I pick the right one once again, Breaking for the +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Dancer level 11 brings Explosive Encore. Call upon your power to deliver the ultimate finale for 3 to 18 thunder, lightning and fire damage. A huge damage output for 2 dance step. Dancer level 12 brings a new feat, or our final feat I should say, and for this there are two options. Ability improvement, bump your charisma up, tap your spellcasting, help your AC, or you can come down here and take what I'm going to take, which is Savage Attacker. When making melee weapon attacks, reroll damage dice twice and use the highest result. Okay, let's go over equipment, and we start with Birthright to boost our charisma up by 2 to 18. You could also go to the Mask of Soul Perception if you want for the +2 to attack rolls. The Cloak of Protection for +1 to AC and saving throws. The Speed Hump boost to give us use of Dimension Door. The Robe of the Weeb to ensure we're not wearing armour. +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. A +2 to armour class, and when we succeed a saving throw, we'll regain 1 to 6 hit points. For gloves, the Hell Dust Gloves for +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and spell save DC, and an extra 1 to 6 fire damage on our weapon attacks. If you want to, you could also take the Braces of Defense to boost your AC even further. The Caustic Band for 2 solid acid damage. The Shifting Corpus Ring for use of invisibility and blur. I like using the Amulet of Misty Step here just to help us get around the battlefield. And then for a weapon, I am personally going with Cohen's Cauterizer. Solid fire damage on top of it already. If we hit a target, we can cause burning unless it makes a con save. It just ties into the elemental damage we've been dealing across this build. So that is the build. Let's go find some combat and check it out. Okay, we started the combat and you can see we're atop of the turn order alongside our rogue. So let's get this going, and we're going to start by doing our big hefty attack, Explosive Encore. Now this will use 2 of your dance steps, but as you can see it has a nice little radius. So actually this is probably the type of thing you want to do when you've got a group of enemies together. So we're actually going to save it for this round. What we'll do is we'll come down here and we will get Booming Blade going. So we're going to hit this enemy here. When I have enough movement speed, Booming Blade, and there you go, you see the massive damage output, the extra fire damage because of our gloves, and the fire damage because of our Cauterizer, as well as the Reverberation, the Booming Blade, and the Burn. So you can really stack up a bunch of abilities on here. And then of course from here, as you can see, we can do Rhythmic Rally as a bonus action, give every one of our targets a bonus action this round. So let's do it on Jaheira. And there you go. You'll see the fire damage there, and then 2 big misses. And as you know, we have 2 actions now with Jaheira, so we can do 1 attack, and then follow this up with another attack, and she is just a regular druid. Now we have a few other abilities we can show off with the Dancer, so if we move around here, we know we don't provoke opportunity attacks, which is awesome, and because of this, what we can do is our Fiery Falsetto, where we dash through in a line, and you'll see all the fire, the burn, the acid damage we did here. A huge amount. And that doesn't use any of your Blade Dancer abilities. But it is a whole action, as you can see here, so just bear that in mind. What we could do is we could do our melodic thing to help up anyone who's downed or unwebbed. No one is currently. So instead we could do a Flourish, just to deal some extra damage to the Barbarian like that. You'll see the Barbarian taking the 3 burn there, and you see the enemy absolutely torched there. Now if we look at just our regular attack damage, you'll see it's still pretty hefty, but we do only get 1 attack per round, there's no extra attack here. So again, if we want to, we can do a Rhythmic Rally, we can give Shadowheart this time an extra attack. So now she'll have 2 actions this turn. As you can see here, 1 attack, and then our next action with another attack. Okay, it's now back to our turn, and you can see we have a downed ally, which means we can do our Melodic Mend. We can target our downed ally, and there you go, they are now on their feet. And because that's a bonus action, it means we can run in here, and now I can effectively show off Explosive Encore on these 2. And you'll see the huge damage and burn we caused there. You see Reverberation, Burning, Searing Smite, Daze, Searing Smite, Burning, Reverberation. Just so many stacks of abilities. You see one enemy actually just burn to a crisp there. And then that one also takes a bunch of damage. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to come in here. And we're going to do Booming Blade. Now this will do damage when they move. So now we land this, and an archer will always move because they don't want to be close to you to take damage. And of course, as a bonus action, Rhythmic Rally, we can Healing Word, so we can heal ourselves up, using a spell slot just like that. So a lot of the a lot of the Blade Dancer abilities you see don't actually cost anything, which is really awesome. You see the damage there from Boom and Blade? But what will use your dance steps is your dances like this. So for example, if we did Salsa, we'd gain a +3 to AC. And if we come in here, you'll see we now have 25 armor class, meaning we still have a bonus action available, where again we could Melodic Mend if we need to, we could Rhythmic Mend, we could Misty Step, lots of good options. We can even, if we wanted to, we can try and Shove, which probably won't work. Oh, it did. And there you go, if they were close to the edge, we would have thrown them for full damage. We also know, thanks to our equipment, we have Rays of Fire, so we could also fire this as a ranged damage dealer. So, at this point it is just a case of taking out the enemies, so we can land a big hit here, break their concentration, cause burning. So that is the Blade Dancer. Now, bear in mind, you'll see we have 1 missing spell slot and 3 missing dance steps. If we short rest, we don't get any back, so bear that in mind. But if you're looking for a dexterous build that will allow you to build up a bunch of stacks of different abilities, you can do fire damage, boom blade, thunder damage, lightning damage, then this is probably the subclass for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop it a like and check the mod out because it is awesome. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as well. I've got more guides to Baldur's Gate, Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers, Dragon Age, Path of Exile, Elden Ring, basically all the amazing RPGs you could ever need. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.